Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in internet world. Welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. Just here, want to give a quick update. Want to talk about very something that's very interesting that's happening in the space, and that's in regards to the Fed, right? So this one's called the Fed versus crypto. What's going on? What's happening? What do you need to know, right? Well, um, the Fed has been, I've been watching this Federal Reserve situation, and then I'm trying to, and even the IRS, right? Um, the United States is trying to, get some clarity for their people, right? For their citizens, uh, in regards to this crypto space, because what they're trying to do, they are trying to tax it, and the IRS is helping in that regard, but but the laws, right? It's all about the laws, right? And that's with Congress and all of that, and then the powers that be, they're got to speak on, what they see, right? And of course, they're gonna do in their best interests, really. And when I say the best, like they have the umbrella as if it's for the people. They want to make it safe, but it's not really for the people. It ends up being for the people who already have the money, who are already the millionaires, and the billionaires, right? Once they set it up, right? Once they put everything in place, okay, the millionaires and billionaires are going to be able to come into crypto, right? And that's when they'll be able to tax Bitcoin, effectively, right? Because at the end of the day, uh, they want to, it's about yield. It's about yield, making money. It's about making money at the end of the day, right? And if you're a billionaire or a multi-millionaire, right? Um, three, even 3%, 3% is a lot, right? If you're sitting on 100 million and you just got that sitting in a bank, 3%, that's a lot of money passively, to earn passively. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can live off of that. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you're a billionaire, you can live off of that, right? So, people with that type of money, they're, they're not going to move into crypto until they know it's safe and secure. And what the Fed is doing, it looks like the Fed is leaning toward central, like a centralized crypto. What's it? The CBDCs, central bank digital coin, right? So it's highly likely that a CBDC will come out, and that's going to disrupt a whole lot of stable coins. Yeah. So the stable coin market is in jeopardy. It's really undecided, because once they come out, once the Fed coin, once that Fed coin comes out, right? Uh, they could then ban a lot of other cryptos, like Tether, like the U.S. dollar coin, even, right? In terms of, like exchanges like Coinbase. And there's a lot of people, especially in America, who have their digital assets on Coinbase, right? And and all they'll do is swap it out. They'll swap out your stablecoin holdings for that Fed coin, right? Because remember, not your keys, not your crypto. So if you got your wealth, if you got your crypto on Coinbase, you don't have access to the keys, right? So they could just swap it out. And once they do that, then they'll definitely be able to keep a track of everything that you're doing when you're going in and out of the Bitcoin and etc. You see what I'm saying? So they'll know when you got, when you cashed out in Bitcoin. So when it's time for you to do your taxes, right? You can't lie, right? You won't be able to lie because they would know that you got Bitcoin at such and such a date, and then Bitcoin goes up, and if you have to cash out at any point, you're gonna have to give 30% to the government, or whatever tax penalties they, or I shouldn't say penalties, or whatever percentage they decide to put up, right? And this is where, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, that's where this company, right? You see this? This is where this opportunity is going to come in handy, right? This is where, look, you see this? All of you Coinbase holders, if y'all got a Coinbase account, yeah, you might want to consider, diversifying, yeah, because this represents privacy. This represents privacy, and this is still connected to the central, arena, yeah. And because those who have utilized this service, those who have utilized this opportunity, you've seen the name of these banks connected, right? You've seen the names. Like I said, it's the real deal. It ain't no joke. This is global, right? This is global. This is hooked up, and they've been around, right? They've been around. So if you're interested in keeping, right, in keeping your wealth, because you may be a small person trying to build, and you want to keep that wealth, but you see what I'm saying? But yet at the same time, you want to you want to grow, right? You want to grow your assets. You want to accumulate. Yeah. Consider getting involved with the GS lifestyle and getting this card, right? To grow your portfolio, and whenever you need to cash out, you could cash out or use what it is that you need to use. You could just swipe privately, right? You could do that privately. Yeah? It's just something to consider, right? This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just putting out there opportunities, real opportunities that people could utilize in this crypto space, because like I've said before, this is the setup of the dual universe, right? The dual universe is being set up, right? And there's a lot of fear surrounding, like you see in the media, there's a lot of fear surrounding the stablecoin situation, and that's how they get people. That's how they control people. They control people by fear, but it's a false fear. It's false, right? Remember, fear is also an acronym: false evidence appearing real. That's the acronym of fear, and people are acting on this false evidence. That's why it's important that you gotta understand and know what this space is about. You gotta understand, the pros and cons of decentralization, right? Because I've said before in my videos that, you're not gonna, I'm not against decentralization, but you cannot rule out the centralization, decentralized entities. You can't rule out governments. The governments are not going anywhere. They're the ones that make the rules. And if they say that certain coins are banned, then that's what it's going to be. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin is not going to go anywhere, because they want the revenue, people. It's about the revenue, and they're looking for new ways to get money. At the end of the day, everybody's trying to get money. But if you've been listening and if you've been following me, I've been saying to you guys, educate yourselves in the space, so that when you hear these comments, or these topics come up from the government, you're able to see it from a different lens. Because when you educate yourself, right, and I'm talking about outside of the media, outside of your Bloomberg or some other crypto news, right? Learn for yourself what these projects are about. What's the underlying technology, so that you're able to separate, right? You're able to separate the fear versus, when you're hearing these politicians and these lawmakers and regulators talk, you could put things in perspective, yeah, because they have an agenda as well, right? They have an agenda, right? So, and they're looking out for the institution, right? So Jerome Powell, he's looking out for the institution first. They'll say it's for the people, but it's really protecting the institution. Institution first, right? That's how it's going to be set up. But if you're fearful, right, and you're fear-minded, you could see people dumping the Bitcoin now. It's like, oh, it's all over. I'm dumping my Bitcoin. And hey, you could do what it is that you want to do, but don't start crying when Bitcoin goes to 300,000. Don't start crying when Bitcoin goes to 3 million. Don't start crying when Bitcoin goes to 30 million. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm holding on to the GS lifestyle in terms of accumulating, because that's where I see is the better option. Does it have a whole bunch of coins? No, it doesn't. And this lets me know that it's not about quantity with this setup. It's about quality. It's about the quality selection of coins. So when you see those certain coins, that's those small batch of coins, those are the coins that I'll be accumulating over the months, over the time. Those are the coins, because you could buy, you could buy and then sell, right? Those are the coins that I see that are going to be around for the next 10, 20 years, right? And that's good enough. That's good enough for me. As long as you could get that Bitcoin, as long as you could get the Ethereum, that's all that matters. That's all that matters to me, because those are the top two right now. So, yeah. You see what I'm saying? But other than that, check it out for yourself, right? I encourage you to check out, if you're into crypto. Yeah, I'm not saying don't follow the NBC and the Bloomberg and the things like that, because they're coming from a context of fear, and you don't want to have too much of that information bombarding your head, because then you get those you get those thoughts that they want you to have, that will make you second guess your crypto holdings, right? Educate yourself. Look at news sources outside of the space. Investigate different projects. Stay up to date with the projects. Don't just throw your money at stuff, right? As the scripture says, you will know them by their fruits. That's scripture. You will know them by their fruits. That's the book of Matthew, right? That's in the book of Matthew. So, listen, if you want to step up your game, if you're somebody who learns better one-on-one, maybe not in a crowd, but you want to elevate your knowledge and your skill set, you can hit me up. I do one-on-one consultations, right? I meet you where you are, and I help to build you up, yeah, in this crypto space, all right? Because it's a journey, and if you treat it like a journey, you're gonna enjoy the ride, yeah. Live your life, because you only got one. Make sure you serve God first in everything. You put Him first in everything, and He will keep you, and He will be your light. Yeah, as it's already written. It's already written. So, therefore, we don't need to worry, right? See, that's why that's why you could see, you could spot the fear mongering in the news. God's not in that. That's fear mongering. Or people who put out there, oh, the Fed's gonna do this, that's fear mongering. God's not in that. God's not in that channel, that YouTube channel. If they're promoting fear, when God says you shouldn't fear anything, you should fear no man, you shouldn't fear anything, only God. God is the only one you should fear, because only Him can make the hair on your head be gray. Huh? That's right. Only He could do that. So why are you worrying if a man does something, which is what he's supposed to do? That's his job. Why are you worrying about what Jerome Powell is doing? Look at the underlying context. Yeah? And stop thinking about yourself. Jerome Powell has a job to do. He has an order to uphold. There's an order. And his job is ushering in that order into a new space, a new technology. And he's doing his best to get it right. All you gotta do is remember, as long as you're able to convert into Bitcoin, that's it. That's all that matters. Yeah? Or as long as you can convert into that currency, into that fiat currency, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. When you could convert that currency, yeah, that USD, that US dollar, cryptocurrency, right here, and swipe, and now it's private. That's all that matters. Because they're not going to do away with the fiat anytime soon. They're not. They're not going to do away with the fiat. It's going to be side by side. They're going to be running parallel, where they could use the blockchain for the blockchain setup for people who want to utilize the blockchain or get into crypto. They're not going to get rid of the fiat. They're not, because the fiat still serves its purpose. But they're gonna have another leg, the crypto leg. And the crypto leg is gonna try and catch, is gonna be like a net, try and catch as many of the people who want to utilize the crypto space and be able to collect the taxes, because that's the job of the government. That's how the government raises the revenue, through taxation. And you should pay your taxes. You should pay your taxes. But if the way of life is getting a little too much, whereby it's pulling you down, pulling you under, you got to do what you got to do. You see what I'm saying? If you want to stay there, if you want to stay in that country, you got to do what it is that you got to do. Now, you're the one who needs protection. You need to protect your money. You need to protect your wealth. You need to protect your way of life. You see what I'm saying? When that taxation rule is becoming to a point where it doesn't benefit you. Now we're going into spiritual law. You gotta take it into spiritual law, and that's the highest law. That's the highest law. You shouldn't be going into something that's going to be at your detriment. You see what I'm saying? Because then the kingdom that you're living in is wicked. And anyone who reads the scripture, the children of Israel, they had many wicked kingdoms, wicked kings. The kings were bad. Even though they had a king, majority of the kings were bad. There was very few that were good. Very few. You could count on one hand the amount of kings that they had that were good. It wasn't many. You see what I'm saying? It just goes to show that whoever's leading, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be wicked. It's not going to be good for the people. That's why it's good. But you got to know that history. The scriptures tell you. And that's been from generations. Thousands of years, man. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. So guess what? These people that are running governments, don't know better. Most of them are going to do wickedness. So when you see the wickedness, now you have to do what it is that you got to do what you got to do. I know what I'm doing. When I see the wickedness, I go to God. It's God first. Yeah? I put him first anyway. You put God first in everything. And watch how everything else gets added unto you. As it is written. It's already done. But that's all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, if you want to learn how to trade, build up your knowledge in crypto, right? You want to join me in this journey of this wonderful education, right? Because there's no school for this, right? You can hit me up, shoot me an email or WhatsApp, and we can arrange a time and a date to bring you up to speed in the space, and we could build you up. Yeah? So thanks for tuning in, right? I got more for you, so you want to stay tuned. Okay, stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoy the sites. Okay, giving it to you, right? This is why you're here. This is part of the reason why you're here. Giving you the backdrop, right? I'm already here in the lifestyle. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to try and sustain your way of life. That's why it's important, right? Put God first, and He'll show you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I got some more things that I want to share with you guys. You know, I'll be doing some more house cleaning, right? Setting the record straight on a few things, and I got a few surprises for you. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on the videos to come. Get that announcement. And we're almost to 1,000. We'll be doing lives real shortly. Peace and blessings. Brrrr, that's up. 1.